Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. We start here with chapstick, the crazy explanation of YouTube. My name is Dion. If this is your first time here, thank you for being here. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. I tried something new. I'll put the video up here or in cap, or you know what, I'll just link it below on like why this is looking like this. I'm gonna do one look on one eye with the Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. One look here, one look here. So I'm gonna start on this eye, and I did prime it already. And these are looks that I've seen on YouTube. I'm just really curious as to how some of these shades will look on me, how some of these looks will look on me, because there did not seem to be a lot of people with my complexion using this palette. And so I really do like the color story. I really love how it looks. But looking at some of the color combinations of the looks that I saw, I did like the looks. But then I'm like, how's that going to look on me? You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to just go ahead and jump in. I have my brushes laid out, tails on my brows. I realized the first video I did with this palette, I didn't realize until I looked back at the video that I never did my brows. I did an entire full face without brows. I'm just like, okay, so I did my brows this time, so that's done. As I said, this eye is primed with the Fenty eyeshadow primer. So we're going to just jump into it. This is a look that Stephanie, I can't pronounce her last name. Well, I can, but I would pronounce it wrong, so I'm not going to because I don't want to be offensive. But she took Aerialist on the first half of the lid, and I will put the shades below the placement and where they are. So that was on the first half. She then took Magic into the crease. Another reason why I didn't know if some of these looks would work for me as far as the placement is because I have puffy eyelids. And so when they take something into the crease, if I put something into the crease, you're not going to see it at all. And so I take my crease colors above the crease. And so it just made this all sorts of interesting, okay, how will the shades look on me? And also with the placement, how will the look on me? And so I am excited to try, you know, quite a few of the looks that I saw because I'm just curious. That is pretty. It's looking patchy right here. And now it's not. Magic is one of the creamy matte formulas. And so as you blend it, you will lose some of the saturation, which is why you put it on, blend it, and then you go back and pack it on where you want it, and then the color will stay. I'll show you again. So you see how this has kind of faded with my blending, and you pack it back on, there's your color. And so I do like how you can blend it and still maintain the color saturation if you want it saturated. If not, just keep blending. She also did an outer V with Magic. I'm not really seeing where she used a color for the second half of the lid, and so I'm wondering if she just blended Magic in that area, or maybe I just wrote it down wrong. And so I'm just going to bring Magic down here, but I'm going to blend it out so it looks like a gradient effect, and I'm going to sweep back and forth where those two colors connect to blend them together. She then blended Magic with Acrobat to detail the outer V area. This is the first brush I use for Magic, and I'm just going to put a little bit more of that back in this area right here, actually in the crease area right here. Cute, she cute, she cute. First brush we use, no additional shadow, just to sweep that over, just to get a better blend, since we added more of the Magic shade. I'm liking this. Then she took Joker with a small blending brush. This is a pencil brush. She used that to blend out the edges of Joker. I have no idea what this is going to do. I'm not nervous because it's makeup, it washes off. And Joker is also a cream to matte formula. And so that again is one of the reasons I'm using the type of brush that I am using. Okay, Okay. Okay. I'm liking this. However, this is not leaving me a lot of room for actual blending because I take my lid colors up into the crease, which means my crease colors are in my transition area. And so anything to blend out the crease colors will be further up in the transition area, which as you see is almost to my brow bone. Well, to my eyebrows. Then she took cotton candy to blend out Joker. Clearly, I do not have the same eye shape that she had because where am I putting these colors? So you know what? Cotton candy is going to be my brow bone highlight because that's the only place for me to put this shade. And I'm going to just bring it down to here on top of Aerialist, that first shade. This is really interesting. And I am going to bring it out here to blend out Joker because that's what she did. And I usually don't take my eyeshadow out this far. But I'm liking it. I am liking it. And I'm also going to take cotton candy and just put that here a little bit. Just to sharpen the edge or make it look sharper, which is really just toning it down a little bit on this outer V area. What do you think? I'm liking it. I am liking it. And then she went back and intensified the colors, but because I did that as I went along, I don't feel like I need to do that. I don't have anything written down that she did on her, oh yes I did, lower lash line. She did a mix of Magic and Acrobat on her lower lash line, and so we are going to do that. I do not like dipping in two different colors because then I can see the difference in the colors in the pan, and I don't like that, but I will clean that out later. I do have primer underneath my lower lash line already. And then she took Joker to blend out the lower lash line. This is the brush that we use for Joker, and for right now I'm not going to add any additional shadow on here. And the brush we use for cotton candy, we're also going to blend underneath the lower lash line using the same brush we used for it earlier. I don't think she did this step, but I'm doing it just because I'm liking how these colors are working together. I'm not going to do liner now. I'm going to do that at the end. Wow, I like this look. I like this look. She also put purple on her lower lash line, but I'm not going to do that work right now. So I'm going to switch to the other eye, which the look is a little more simple than all of these colors, and I'm doing this because I'm sweating. And I do have the brushes out already for the second look, again with Aerialist. I also wanted to see how similar these two looks were going to be because both of them use Joker, cotton candy, and Aerialist, and so I wanted to see, but they are going to be different looks because we're not using these deep purple and blues or greens or whatever that color is. So we're going to take the same brush we used for Aerialist for, oh, and I just dipped in a snow cone by mistake. Let me wipe that off. Okay, so I wiped it off as best I could. So we're going to go into Aerialist, this shade down here, and that's going to, I didn't prime my eye. Let me put that down. And I left the primer out so I wouldn't forget. I am so glad. I did a look before with, I think it was a Metropolis palette. And I did the same, you know, the same concept. One look on one eye, another look on the other eye. And so I primed the one eye and did the look, and then I did this eye. And like halfway through the look, I was like, did I prime this eye? But the look still looked really good, and the colors were really saturated. But for the price you pay for Natasha Denona, they should be saturated, right? So I was really just pleasantly surprised, but I was just like, wow, like I did an entire look and did not prime my eye. All right. Eye is primed. I still have the shadow Aerialist loaded onto this brush, and this is going to go in the inner corner. And I think I'm going too far over. Do I ever do anything perfect? No. Then she took Fun-tomime, this blue here on the center of the lid. This one I was really interested to see how would it look. I don't particularly like me in all cool tone shadows for an eye look. And so I said I want to try this anyway just to see what it looks like. I turned the brush over. This is Aerialist, this is Fun-tomime. So this is going to go on the center of the lid. Yeah, like this all over my lid, I doubt that I would like it. So we're going to just sweep in between. I'm going to flip it back over to the Aerialist side sweep in between, flip back to the Fun-tomime side, blend in between, and that's what we have for that. Then she took Flip, this color here, on the outer corner. Sorry for any glares. I'm gonna sweep where those two colors meet. Excuse me, I hiccuped. Did you guys hear that? It says that Flip is a metallic, and it kind of sort of looks like it in the pan, but on the eye it doesn't. I'm flipping the brush over to the side with no shadow, and we're just gonna blend where those two colors meet. You know, on my eye, it's looking like a matte. This I'm liking. Fun-tomime by itself, no. But mixed with Flip, I could work with this. I like this. Then she took Snow Cone, this shade here, as an inner corner highlight. I have a habit of wrapping my highlight down because I don't like when there's just a ball of light like right there. And then I'll sweep it up a little bit and of course down a little bit. She used Cotton Candy, this shade here, as a transition shade. I just realized I didn't mention this look is a look that Carolee Rose Beauty, that's the name of her channel. This is a look that she did. I'll try to remember to put it below. Her channel and also Stephanie's channel. Stephanie did this look better than I did, but trying to get some inspiration. Cotton Candy is dusty on me, as you can see. More suitable, I think, for a brow bone highlight instead of a transition shade. My battery's about to die. So I'm going to empty my memory and I will be back and we'll finish. I'm not going to do anything else until I come back. Where was I? Then she took Joker, this shade here, in the crease. Yeah, I don't know what this is going to look like. We're going to find out. Yeah, so when I make this face, I'm just trying to like visualize it, which does just do it, and then you'll see it, right? Yeah. So we're just going to put this line on the top of the lid colors. Because otherwise, it'll end up under my brow bone. Well, under my brow bone. I'm very lightly just going back and forth just to blend. That added a little depth because Cotton Candy is really pale for me. But it is a good shade, I think, to tone down other shadows, but then I would need to put something like Joker on top of it. So you can see the paleness of Cotton Candy, but then you see a little bit of depth of Joker. And so I think that's how I would have to use these. So we're going back in with the brush we used for Cotton Candy and just lightly sweeping just to get a better blend. Not going heavy because I don't want to disturb these colors here, my lid colors. I would like this to be blended better, which would mean not having Cotton Candy at all and just using Joker to blend out the top edge of the lid colors, because if I do go in like this and blend, I'm going to lose those colors. See what I mean? And so this brush had Aerialist on it, so we're going to put some of this back to bring that back up where it was. And the brush that had, which one of these? I'll just use a different brush because I don't remember. Fun-tomime, that's what we had. Fun-tomime, this is Fun-tomime. So we're just going to put that. I did not put any extra shadow on either one of these brushes. Ooh, that blended into a nice kind of purplish color. Joker with Fun-tomime, just blending it with the brush that had Fun-tomime on it. Okay, okay. I see what's going on here. And I'm not seeing anything for under the lower lash line. And so maybe I just forgot to put it. This shade, no, this was from this look. I have like a bunch of brushes right here. So we're going to just do something. We're going to take a brush and we're going to put Fun-tomime on it, which is this shade here. And we're going to put that on our lower lash line. This is a very thin brush, and so I'm brushing it on sideways. I should just use a fluffier brush. But this is the brush that I had pulled out to use. And I just don't feel like putting in time to find a different brush right now, even though all of my brushes are like right here in front of me. I like it better up here. I don't like it. Oh, you know what it is? I was thinking I was using flip because I'm like, this looks way different down here than up here. That's because this in the center is flip and that's flip. So we're going to brush that brush off and we're going to go into flip and put that underneath the lower lash line. Duh. I'm like, why does that look so pale? I'm like, ah, it's the wrong color. That's why. Because I do like flip on me. Fun-tomime is just a little too cool. We're going to take this brush, which looks like there's nothing on there, and we're just going to sweep to blend. Actually, we're going to dip into Cotton Candy lightly because that is a good blending shade. It's not good for my transition area, but it is good for blending. So it does serve a purpose, which is good. So that is that look. Different, but I'm different. So I like it. I want to do a shadow for my upper lash line. I don't necessarily want to do a gel or any type of liner. So what I think I'm going to do, we're going to take flip on the upper liner on this side, which is the color I just put underneath my lower lash line. So we're just going to take this all the way over. Okay, we're going to wipe that brush off and we're going to go in with Act, this shade here, for the upper lash line on this side. I am digging these looks. No mascara, nothing on the lips. This is all about the eyes. So the Circo Loco palette. This is a look from Stephanie. I will link her channel below. Excuse my sweaty nose. This is a recreation of a look from Coralie Rose Beauty. I will link her channel below as well. I am liking these looks. Stephanie, this is a look she did in June. Coralie Rose Beauty, she did this look back in March. But I am liking the looks. I think I would do it again, but I would put a different shade. Maybe even like one of the purples under here. Let's do that right now. Y'all saying she ain't never going to be done with this video. Hopefully that's not the brush that I dropped. No, that wasn't. Okay. So the same brush we used to put this lower lash line over here, the shade Act, we're going to layer that on top of Flip, which is layered on top of Fun-tomime, because I put the wrong shade. Okay, that's not dark enough. All right, let me go back in. That I'm liking better. This same brush, lightly dipping back into Cotton Candy, just to blend that. That I like better. But for that, I think I would go in with the dark brown or black for my upper lash line though. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of these two different looks. If you have this palette, which I think if people were going to have it, they would have it by now, and I don't know. But let me know what you're thinking about it. If you have it, if you love it, feel free to post your links down below. Excuse my sweat. Look at this eye turning red. Why is this eye turning red? Look at the inside of my eye. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Let me go wash my face. Alright. Thanks for watching. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? You know, something probably flaked into my eye. Oh, I'm a mess. Thank you for watching. I'm really going to go this time. You will see me in the next video. Thanks, guys.